Okay guys, I'm back. So we're just going to go ahead and glue on our mats onto our pockets. That's it. Okay, so now that we're done with both of those sides, we are going to go ahead and cover these two pieces here, okay? And so this piece here will go here, and sorry about the little scratches from my nail polish. I didn't put another coat on, so it's kind of worn. So then here, put that there. Okay, so before we get started on this portion of our book, I want to go ahead and show you exactly what we're going to do on one of them. So I think on this one, I guess it really doesn't matter. On this one, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then put that one there. Okay, so on this one here, we are going to go ahead and make a tag that folds out. So, and it will actually fold out this way, so it'll fold out coming that way. So, so for that, I made a tag, okay, one of the tags so far, and we're going to need 4 of these. So, I think, or no, we're going to just need to do 3. We'll just do 3. So your tag is going to measure 3 by 5 1/4, okay? So you're going to cut your tag at 3 and 5 1/4, so that's the measurement here, okay? And then we're going to score at the 3/8 line. So you're scoring here. Oops, let me move this. So your tag is going to be at 3 and 5 1/4, okay? And then we're going to score at 3/8, okay? So when you make your tags, okay? So these are our tags, okay? And I'm actually going to make, this is the one that we're going to use here. You're going to go ahead and get your scoreboard. And we're going to score at 3, 3/8. So at 3/8 you're going to score all the way down. Just like that. Okay. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we're going to cut them. Okay. And I use with the little tag punch that I got from Tamara. Okay. And this is found in the shop. And okay, and you will find it on the website. And I will put a link at the bottom of here where you can find that, okay? So you're going to go ahead and go to C. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and pull my blade out, close my arm, and I'm going to go ahead and pull my blade out, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut to C. And that cuts my little triangle out. I'm going to flip my page over, go to C again, cut it. Bring my little blade over. Okay, and I'm just going to do the same thing for all 3 of my tags. And I'm going to go to C again. Bring my blade over. Just like that. Okay. So your tags will look like this now. So, alrighty. So then, okay, once you have your tags done, okay, then you're going to go ahead and I'm going to get this little blade, put it back in here, okay, and you can poke holes in it, you don't, but we're not going to, but we're going to cover these, so that's why I haven't poked holes in these yet, okay. So we're going to go ahead and score these, or I mean fold them in, so fold in your score lines. Like this. Okay, and then what you're gonna, so you're gonna have these like this. Okay, so this one is going to be attached to this like that. Okay, just like that. Then this one is going to be attached to this one, just like that. And then this part where it has your little arm sticking out here, that's going to be attached to our chipboard. Okay, and then so when and then these will fold in. So it'll fold in just like this. So so that way you could put pictures on those. And then you'll be able to put 6 pictures on that, okay? So, so for that, we're going to go ahead and actually turn these over because we need the arm going this way. So our arm needs to be here, like this, okay? And then your little mat here will be sitting on top of this part here, okay? So, and then, so this guy will be like this. So everything's going to be kind of like flipped around. So like he'll sit on top of him like this. Okay, or actually he'll be like, and we'll have to do the score lines the opposite way. That way it just folds in easier, and you will need a magnet. So okay, so so for this part here, we're going to go ahead and use a magnet, and again you'll just need 2. Okay, so you'll need 2 magnets. just want to make sure I have it on the right side here. Okay. And then the other magnet needs to be up on this side. Okay. Alrighty, so I've got my magnets done. So this, I need to just take them apart. That one there. Okay. It's fighting with me. Oh, okay, now it's stuck to... Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. I'm having an issue here, you guys. Okay, so, okay, so I've got my magnet. Okay, and I just need to figure out where this is going to close. So I can put my magnet, and it's going to close, looks like, right here. So I'm actually just going to set my magnet there. So my magnet is right there. So I just went ahead and folded over my little tag, and it's right there. Okay, and that's how I gauged where my magnet is going to be. So now I can go ahead and lay this. Well, I can go ahead, I'm sorry, I can go ahead and put some score tape on this, lay this down, and I'm going to lay it just like that. Okay, so I'm going to put some score tape on that. And you can use your glue if you want to. I'm just choosing to use score tape for myself. So, but you can use your art glitter glue for sure. And I probably will use it for like up in this little corner here because I didn't get a chance. I didn't put any tape up there. And I'm just going to dot it all the way down. So, I'm going to bring this back over, and I'm just going to go ahead and put my fingers on the edge of my chipboard and scoot my tag over and a little bit up, because I want my tag at the end here. So I'm just kind of making sure that it's where I want it. So it's at the edge there, okay? That is where my tag is. And I'm just burnishing it in right now. Okay, just like that. Okay. And then, now I can go ahead and lay this down. So I can lay my page down right here. Okay, and then once I do that, then I can go ahead and put my little things together. To cover these, we are going to go ahead and cover them about 1/4 inch, like to leave a border. So, so that's what we're going to do with these. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and work on the cover, on covering them before, cut out the pieces before we lay all of them down. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and cut out the papers that go around these. Okay, so we're going to put this to the side. I'm going to go ahead and cut out my papers. Okay, so I've got some pink, I've got a light pink one, I've got more dark pink, and then I've got a big piece of the balloon, and then I've got this part. So I think what I might do is do the balloon part for maybe this part here, and then inside we'll do the pink, I think. So because I don't have, right now I'm working on scraps, you guys, and some of the scraps that I have I may need, so I'm not, so that's why I'm kind of like really trying not to use a whole lot of other stuff right now. Okay, you guys, I've got to go because I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to make my paper work. Because I will be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So sorry about that. I needed, okay, so I just wanted to work out like how I wanted the tags in our book. Went ahead and we put on our mat, and then we put on our top page. We also put the magnet underneath onto the chipboard. Then I went ahead and decided where we needed the magnet on our little tag here. All of our tags, they measure 3.5 by 5.25. Okay, so I went ahead and cut all of 3 tags out. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we went ahead and laid down 1 tag. Okay, then we scored them all at a 1/2 inch, I believe, or no, I'm sorry, we scored them at 3/8 of an inch. And then the mats we were going to cut at 3 3/8 by 5 1/8. But I think I want to leave them because I did a little bit of like just trial and error while I was gone. And I cut this one at 5, and I didn't really like the way that it looked. This one here is cut at 5 1/8 by 3 1/4. And we are going to have to cut them a little bit smaller because we are going to need them to be like right here, right? So, and the way that the tags are laid, we won't need the whole piece of paper for that tag. So this was just an idea I had, and I thought it was a pretty cute idea to share with you guys. So it's something new for me too. So on this part here, I think what I want to do is go ahead and just lay a full tag on this one. So the middle one, if we can go ahead and make a full tag, and that full tag would be, that would actually be the, that would be the 3.5 by 5 1/4. So you'll need 2 of those. So let's go ahead and cut 2 3.5 by 5 1/4 tags. So you'll need 2 of those. Okay, and then the other ones we will play by ear once we get those cut. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut those out. So we need Alrighty then. Okay, so on this one here, we're going to go ahead and measure that out. So that one, this is actually going to be on the inside right here. Okay, and so this one will come all the way down. And then for the top, because it should be, once we get it in there, it'll fold in. Okay. We do want to leave a little bit of space in between, and I just have mine taped. Sorry, you guys. If you want to, you can tape yours down, or you can go ahead and glue it if you want. So I just taped mine down for right now because I was still kind of like determining where I wanted everything. But I think I do want that there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue mine down. And I'm just going to go ahead and take off my tape. And I just used like resealable tape, you know that, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's kind of ripping my paper. I don't know why. Maybe because I pressed it down really hard. I don't know. So, but it's going to be covered, so I'm good. I'm okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down here. See, I had it on the back too. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I'm not using a lot. Just a little bit. And I'm just going to put my my edge of my other tag up to the not directly to the score line, but just a little bit close to the score line. Like I'm just leaving like a little tiny gap, so that way that folds really nicely. Okay, so otherwise, if you get your paper really up close to the edge of your score line, your paper, it'll kind of bend a little bit, and oops, and you don't want that. Mine tore, so that's okay. We're putting glue on it. It's all right. Got it. Okay. And again, I'm just leaving kind of like a little bit of a edging to my score line, because I don't want my tags right. You want it to lay really nice. So, okay. So now it's giving me trouble closing. Before it wasn't, now it is. So, okay, so to fix that, I think we are going to have to actually lay this part on top of here, because it wasn't doing that when I had it like that before. So, I don't know why all of a sudden it's not doing it. So we are actually going to lay this part right here. I'm going to put glue on it. We're actually just going to lay this on top of here. Okay. And this will fold over. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just bring that edge of the tag that's in the back that has the magnet on it. I'm actually going to go ahead and just bring that over just like that. That way it folds. And now it's still giving me trouble. Why is it giving me issues now when before it wasn't doing that? Okay guys, I will be right back. Figure this out. Alright you guys, okay, so like I said, this is kind of trial and error for me on how to do this. So, okay, this is what I figured out. So we went ahead and laid these two together. This one overlays on top of the middle one. This one is going to be on our outer edge of our book, okay? So we have this flap left over, and what I want you to do is go ahead and flip your two tags together like this. Okay, so it's going to be kind of like a little booklet. Then I want you to go ahead and I want you to place some glue on the back side of this part. So the flap that is on the outer edge, okay, outside, you're going to go ahead and lay that, have it face towards you. You're going to grab your flap, pull it down, okay, and you're going to go ahead and put that tag on top of the other tag. So that flap now is being glued to the tag that we glued to the book, okay? Just like that. Okay? So that is how, and sorry about, like, my tape just really tore my paper. I don't know what happened there. So, okay, so now it should lay really nice, okay, just like that, okay? So when you open it, it will unfold like this, okay? And then there's our tags. So again, that's how it's gonna lay down, okay? Now if you wanted to, you could go ahead and do like a little mechanism here if you wanted to do that, or you can put a little belly band, however you want to do it. I'm fine with it being like this. So, you know, I think it looks okay and I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and leave mine like that. But now we just need to cover our tags. So the first tag we're going to cover is, we're going to cover the outer edge one and then this one here. So we need you will need a piece that is going to be 5/8 by 3, I believe. Yeah, so 5/8 by 3. And so let's see if I have one. So let me go ahead and cut this one right here to 5/8. Okay, so there's that one, and so now I have my piece right here. So 5/8 by 3 is what I have, okay? What you're going to do to cut your slants, okay, because part of our slant is inside of our book right here. So I'm going to just come in just a bit so you guys can see that. Let's see. Whoop. There we go. And you can see my mat. It's so dirty. Okay. So you can see that part of our little slant is inside of our book. Okay. This slant is pretty big. So what we're going to do though is I'm just going to mark it with my pencil, okay? Because I do want to go ahead and maybe wherever you want your mark to be, okay? If you want like a little border, that's where you're going to mark it, okay? So that way you know, if you want a border, you have a border around your little slant areas, okay? Then you can go ahead and bring that in, and you can follow one of the cut where you made your slant, okay? your little mark. Okay, and right now we're just using scissors and create just a little bit of border. And I think right here is where I need to go ahead and just cut that down a little bit. So we're just going to cut this by hand, sorry. Just like that. On this one, you can go ahead and you can glue this part down. Paper that lays on this side will need to be scored. So, because it's going to come in like this and then flap over. Okay. So that's how that's going to lay. And then for this one here, we're going to go ahead and score and everything. So we did cut 2 pieces that were the 3.5 by 5. Okay. And so that will actually be right here. Okay. And so here we will need to do our little notches at C. So you will bring in, I haven't tried cutting this at 2 at a time, but I'm gonna try it and see if it works. I think it'll work, you guys. So we're gonna just put this over at C. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and close our arm, and you're just gonna go ahead and cut. Turn your paper over and put your arm down, get your little blade and cut. Just like that. Put that back in there. And so this one will fit just like that. Now if you want a border on this, okay, you can go ahead here. Whoops, I'm sorry guys, I am totally out of the camera. Let me scoot over here. Sorry, I forgot that there we go. Okay, so so what I was saying was if you want a border, you're going to have to scoot down your tag just a bit like this if you want that border up here, and you're going to have to cut off just a smidge of the bottom part of your tag, okay? And I just went ahead and grabbed my little spatula thing and that I used for my glue, and I just kind of ran it across there so I know where to cut that off. The other thing that I want to say is, like, we are going to actually have to cut a little bit of this side off, and that's just a little tad piece, like a little tiny sliver. And the only reason why is because right here we have a score line, so this is where this is going to fold in, and so this right here just needs to butt up against here like this. We don't need to cover this score line part, okay? On this one we do, because we don't have, you know, we didn't put anything here. So for this here, we're just gonna go ahead and score it because I just feel better scoring it. So here you're gonna go ahead, once you find out where you want your border on top, okay, you're going to take your pencil and mark where your score line is on your paper, okay, and that's where you're gonna score your line. All right, so, and then here on this side, we're just going to cut that down just a bit, just a tad. So I'm going to grab this, and again, we're just cutting a teeny tiny, like a sliver like that, okay, and then we're going to come back over. I want to go ahead and make sure that I cut it correctly, and it is. So I'm going to go ahead and score this side here. So right now I'm going to grab my scoreboard, and I don't know where my my little thingy went. I have no clue. My cat jumped up here, you guys, and everything just kind of scooted out of the way. So I don't know where it went. So, I'm going to use this. I have another bone folder, but it's black on the end, and I don't want it to mark my paper. So let me see if I have... You know what? I have this like little wooden dowel thing. So I'm going to use that. So you're going to go ahead and find where you need to score, and that's where you're going to score. Okay? And you're just going to go ahead and make your score mark there. Okay? And then once you get that, you're going to, and actually that worked pretty good. Wow. So that's how you're going to do that. Okay, so that's how we're going to make that work for us. So now we're just going to go ahead and lay our little sheet down. Okay, and I got to cut that end off. I forgot about that. So if you went ahead and you want to cut that little end off because you left a little border on top, go ahead and do that now. Okay. Alrighty, so there is that. So we've got this on here. I do not want to glue this on yet. I want to get this one done so that way this piece can go over the top of it. Okay, so to do that, again, we're going to go ahead and cut a piece that is the 3 by, what was it? I'm sorry, the 3.5 by 4 1/4. Okay, if you did cut 2 of those, so you can use, if you used a different sheet, you can use that. But I think I'm going to use a different piece of paper, so I'm going to look for another piece of paper that I can use that.
Je peux vous le rendre, Seigneur, Seigneur, car avec les soldats, oui, les toreros peuvent s'entendre, pour plaisir, ils ont les combats.
Okay, again, I'm grabbing my pencil. I'm just going to mark those right here where I need to score. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my little doodad and mark where I need to cut the bottom part of this. Okay, and then I do need to cut like a tad off of this part again here. So I'm going to go ahead and come down, scoreboard, or my board. Teeny tiny sliver, and hopefully that'll work. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure that up. And yep, it works. So, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and score. And again, I'm just going to find out where I need to score my line, which I don't know because this is different. So let me see if it's the same. Hold on one second. this one's a little bit bigger than that other one, so let me see my little doodad again where I need to, and that's where I need to score. So I'm going to erase my line real quick. Actually going to turn it over this way. So it's the same as this one here. I think that's where I need to score. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my scoreboard, and I just am going to go ahead and score right at the 3 1/8 line. Okay, so that's where I need to score. Alrighty, so now I can go ahead and lay this down. Okay, and I actually want to go ahead and this other way. So when I lay my paper down, I know that it's going to bend that way. Okay, and see how I have a little bit still right here? I am going to go ahead and mark that with my pencil. So just mark that right there. That's what we need to cut off. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my scoreboard or my trimmer and cut that little piece. So there is that part. So right here I need more glue. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more glue to that. Grab my little spatula thing, and I'm just going to go ahead and burnish that in. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold that in. I want to go ahead and get my spatula. Make sure that my paper is flat, so I'm kind of folding it in a little bit. Okay, again, I'm burnishing that down, making sure that everything is good. So I don't have like any bubbles, or you know, like sometimes your paper doesn't settle right or something, so I don't know. I just want to make sure it's good. So here is where we're going to go ahead and do this one now. So this one will lay all the way down here like that. Okay, and just like so. Alrighty, and so to make sure that this is good, before I glue anything down, I want to go ahead, fold this in. Okay, fold it in like this. Okay, I want to make sure that it's gonna, I mean, it's not glued down yet, so you will, when you look at it, it's gonna be kind of opened. So, but I want to make sure that it's gonna fold down. Okay, and it does. So it's kind of a little bit thick right there, but So now for this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just grabbing my little spatula, and I'm just going to go ahead and burnish that in right there. I'm going to go ahead and fold it over, burnish it in, and I will be right back.